Back in 2005, the hit show The Office first made its big debut on NBC. The show became a major hit for the network and became a new era of comedy that made breakout stars such as Steve Carell, Jenna Fischer, John Krasinski, and Hollywood's favorites Rainn Wilson and Mindy Kaling. The show sadly ended in 2013, however still is one of the most talked about sitcoms ever. Before we find out where the cast is now, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos from the taco. Now let's get started. The Office told the story of the everyday lives of a group of co-workers who worked at a paper supply company in Pennsylvania. The NBC hit show had viewers tuned in every Thursday for almost a decade, so let's take a look into some of our favorite castmates and what they are up to now. Steve Carell's career started on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, but his role as Michael Scott shot him to superstardom. The first season of The Office had mediocre ratings, but NBC renewed it for another season due to the anticipated success of Carell's film, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. After the film hit theaters, ratings of The Office skyrocketed. On the second season of The Office, Steve gained a producing credit and was apparently making $175,000 per episode, and he even became a writer for the show. Can you guys believe he made that much money just after one season? Carell eventually won a Golden Globe Award and received 6 Emmy Award nominations. In 2010, he starred in the hit animated movie Despicable Me. But comedy wasn't all that he could do. He even played in a dramatic role in the film Little Miss Sunshine, which received an Oscar nomination. Although 2010 was a big year for the comedic actor, he announced that year that he would be leaving The Office. After 7 seasons, his final episode aired and fans were sad to see him go. Viewers thought that he would return back for the season finale in 2015, but Carell told Access Hollywood, "I just didn't think it was right for the character." When interviewed, Carell mentioned how he still was close with everyone in the cast and that he planned on visiting the set. After he departed the show, he continued playing the role of Gru in the Despicable Me franchise. He also starred in Foxcatcher and Last Flag Flying. Are you wondering what Carell is up to now? Well, he runs his own production company called Carousel Productions alongside his wife, Nancy Carell, from Saturday Night Live. The pair produced the Rashida Jones-Angie Tribeca series on TBS. Before The Office, actor Rainn Wilson was best known for his role on 6 Feet Under, but he proved his acting chops when he started playing Dwight Schrute in The Office. His character is one of the most memorable throughout the 9 seasons of the show. Fans still think he is Dwight, and sometimes he gets approached at Starbucks all the time. In an interview with Crooked Media's Love It or Leave It podcast, he told listeners, "I am not Dwight Schrute. I played for 200 episodes, and it was an awesome character, and he was a beet farmer." And if he's grabbing a coffee at Starbucks, he's asked fans to not actually bring him beets, especially when he's making a joke and orders a beet latte. So basically, don't say hi to him at Starbucks or dare mention beets. After The Office, he brought humor to shows like Adventure Time, Backstrom, and films like Smurfs: The Lost Village. In 2008, he founded digital media company Soul Pancake, and in 2015, he published an autobiography titled The Bassoon King. Currently, he can be seen on CBS's all-access new Star Trek series. Jenna Fischer, who played Pam Beesly, made her breakthrough on the show as a funny receptionist. She was initially engaged to another man, but yearned for Jim later on in the season. Her love for Jim became the art of the show's most enduring love story, leaving viewers head over heels. While she was still shooting the sitcom, Jenna branched out in other comedic film roles. She was booked and busy starring in movies such as Blades of Glory, Hall Pass, and Walk Hard: The Dewey Cox Story. Since The Office, she had recurring roles on shows such as The Mysteries of Laura, as well as You, Me, and The Apocalypse. She also starred in Clint Eastwood's The 1517 to Paris. She is extremely active on her Instagram page and is still making her breakthrough in Hollywood. John Krasinski was a breakout star on the hit show The Office. He played prank-loving Jim Halpert. The show had a huge impact on his career and even led to John winning a 2007 and 2008 Screen Actors Guild Award, but we should note that it was the whole cast that earned the award. John appeared in movies such as Detroit and TV series BoJack Horseman. He even directed the film A Quiet Place alongside his wife, Emily Blunt. It seems like John is just getting started on his directing career, and we can't wait to see what he does next. The Office's biggest breakout star was Mindy Kaling. Mindy joined the sitcom playing as Kelly Kapoor. Kelly was a member of the writing staff who was known for being absolutely ditzy. As the show went on, Mindy became fans' favorite. Her career began to skyrocket as she booked in hit films like No Strings Attached, The 5-Year Engagement, and Wreck-It Ralph. Mindy became Hollywood's it girl. She even got her own comedy sitcom in 2012 called The Mindy Project. She played Mindy Lahire, who was a lovable yet narcissistic doctor. The show aired for 6 seasons, debuting on Fox and then moving to the streaming platform Hulu for its 4th season. The show aired for 5 years and ended in 2017. But Mindy didn't stop there. She published 2 best-selling memoirs called Why Not Me and Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me? We aren't done with Mindy just yet because she is still starring in hit films like A Wrinkle in Time and Ocean's 8. Ed Helms was another former Daily Show correspondent who rose to fame after playing Andy Bernard on The Office. The show led him to play a breakout role in 2009's hit film The Hangover, which is still one of his best films. The film was so awesome that they created the Hangover sequels. Ed played the role of a mild-mannered dentist who loses a tooth after a wild night in Vegas with his friends. Helms continued to play in shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Angie Tribeca, Arrested Development, and on The Office castmates Mindy show The Mindy Project. Another breakout star who also played on The Mindy Project and The Office was female comedian Ellie Kemper. Ellie was known for her viral sketches before joining The Office. Ellie then appeared in hit films like Bridesmaid, The Secret Life of Pets, and 21 Jump Street. And what is Kemper doing now? She is the star of Netflix's series Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and has earned 2 Emmy nominations. She is currently filming the sequel of The Secret Life of Pets 2, playing the voice of Katie. BJ Novak also made his breakout in The Office as an actor, executive producer, and a member of the writing staff on the show. He played Ryan Howard, The Office intern who maintained a toxic relationship with Kelly Kapoor. But before the sitcom, Novak was a comedian best known for Ashton Kutcher's sidekick on the prank show Punk'd, a hit show on MTV. The comedian has continued to act in hit movies such as The Amazing Spider-Man, Saving Mr. Banks, and Inglourious Basterds. He also was another cast member to appear on The Mindy Project. Since the show, he has been focusing on writing and business ventures. He released a collection of children's short stories titled One More Thing, Stories and Other Stories. He is still active on social media and is still really good friends with castmate Mindy, which rumor has it that the two may be writing a book one day together. As far as actor Leslie David Baker, he wasn't always into acting. He surprisingly started out as a K-8 special education teacher. Can you guys believe that? He later had small roles on several television shows before his big break on The Office. On the series, he played a sarcastic paper salesman named Stanley Hudson. After the show, he did a voiceover for Captain Underpants and played in Scorpion and Life in Pieces. He currently is playing Principal Wentworth on Disney Channel's That's So Raven reboot, Raven's Home. The Office also remains castmate Brian Baumgartner's biggest role in his career thus far. Brian played Kevin Malone, a not-so-bright coworker. After the show ended, he appeared on Life in Pieces, Scream Queens, Melissa and Joey, and more. He now has a recurring role as Dr. Olinari on Amazon's Hand of God. 2 women who weren't new to the industry was actresses Angela Kinsey and Phyllis Smith. Angela was best known for her recurring voice role on The King of the Hill. Kinsey eventually got the role as Angela, an uptight character on The Office. After the show, she appeared in one of our favorite shows, New Girl. Before The Office, Phyllis was working as a casting associate before being offered as the soft-spoken Phyllis on the sitcom. After the show, she played the voice of Sadness in Pixar's Inside Out. She even acted alongside Cameron Diaz in Bad Teacher. Oscar Nunez, who played Oscar Martinez on the sitcom, later headlined shows like People on Earth and Benched. He also guest starred on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Shameless, and Liv and Maddie. Nunez also played Councilman on Baywatch, and when he's not acting, he's very active on Twitter, talking about politics, and is married to actress Ursula Whitaker. One of the biggest success stories from The Office was comedian Craig Robinson. He played Daryl Philbin, a stockroom worker. He was promoted to a starring role on the 4th season. After the show ended, he starred in Hot Tub Time Machine and frequently collaborated with comedian Seth Rogen. Robinson and Rogen were Hollywood's favorite comedic duo. Robinson appeared in films such as Pineapple Express, Knocked Up, and This Is the End. Just like Mindy, he got his own sitcom called Mr. Robinson. And let's not forget that he did voiceover for the animated sitcom The Cleveland Show. The Office was a huge success in his career and opened up many doors for not just Craig, but all the actors. From Mindy to Craig to Ed to you name them. The Office made a huge impact on the comedy world and is still one of the biggest sitcoms to ever hit television. Fans and even new fans are still talking about the show and how hilarious it is. Kate Flannery gave viewers some of the most memorable moments on The Office, playing Meredith Palmer. Between Meredith's infamous head-shaving scene and her outrageous alcohol scenes, there was never a dull moment. Before The Office, Kate Flannery was well known in the comedy and music world. She is really good friends with actress Jane Lynch, and they've partnered up in recent years to make music. Flannery also appeared in the stage production Swinging Little Christmas. There was even an album released in 2016 for the production that featured Kate. The music featured in the show reached number 10 on the Billboard Adult Contemporary chart. Jane Lynch even told Huffington, "Anywhere there's Kate Flannery, there's going to be fun." Flannery also toured the country with Lynch as a supporting vocalist for her See Jane Sing. When it comes to music, Kate quoted, "I studied music, theater, and voice for 2 years, and I love to make fun of singers who take themselves too seriously. But don't worry, Kate hasn't given up acting just yet." As far as television, Flannery has played similar outlandish characters. She starred in New Girl and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She also stepped into the voice acting world, playing in the show OK KO. So one thing we know about Kate is that her voice will forever be iconic. Someone who also started out in music was Creed Bratton. Creed played a fictional version of himself on The Office, but was not new to Hollywood. He became an actor in 1979, but prior to the show was likely best known for being a member of the folk band The Grassroots. The band had the hit song Let's Live for Today. Bratton was a huge asset to the group as a writer and guitarist for the band, but after getting kicked out of the group, he tried going solo but wasn't as successful until The Office. Creed told LA Times, "I wouldn't have the audience if it wasn't for The Office, and I am thrilled that I can take that and parlay it into the rejuvenation of my music career." As far as acting, he has guest starred on Grace and Frankie and Adventure Time. He also appeared in the popular indie film Terry. As far as music, he is still releasing new tracks and touring around the world. Were you a fan of the hit sitcom The Office? Who was your favorite cast member on the show? Do you think this show will get a reboot? Sound off in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to The Taco.